Female genital mutilation is one of the many weapons in the war against women. Raising awareness about this topic is something that I'm very passionate about, and I've dedicated many hours to research about it. Female genital mutilation is a horrifying practice committed against prepubescent girls with no proven health or economical benefits. It causes irreversible physical and mental damage to these young women and is often the determining factor of their early death. So, according to the World Health Organization, female genital mutilation is defined as all procedures that involve partial or total removal of the external female genitalia or other injury to the female genital organs for non-medical reasons. So there's three types. The first type is the partial or total removal of the clitoris and or the prepuce. Type 2 is the complete or partial removal of the inner labia with or without removal of the clitoral glands and outer labia. And type 3 is known as the sewn closed category. So it involves the removal of the external genitalia and the fusion of the wound. And the inner and or outer labia are cut away with or without removal of the clitoral glands. And so with this, a single hole of 2 to 3 millimeters is left for passage of urine and menstrual fluid, and type 3 is the worst type of female genital mutilation. It's usually not what you'll see, but again, there are always extreme cases with anything. So according to the World Health Organization, female genital mutilation has no health benefits. It can cause severe bleeding and problems urinating, and later cysts, infections, as well as complications in childbirth and an increased risk of newborn deaths. And so the number of females at risk in the United States has seen a very sharp increase since 1990. More than 500,000 women and girls in the U.S. are at risk or have undergone female genital mutilation, with a definite total of 166,173 girls under the age of 18, based on data from the Population Reference Bureau. So this affects at least 200 million girls worldwide in 31 different countries, including America. But 12 countries have outlawed female genital mutilation. These 12 countries include Sweden, Canada, New Zealand, the UK, Cyprus, Norway, Belgium, Italy, Australia, the United States, Denmark, and Spain. And so female genital mutilation has such a deep history that a lot of communities tend to shy away from eradicating it. A quote from the article "Persistent Female Genital Mutilation, Despite Its Illegality, Narratives from Women and Men in Northern Ghana" has a quote that says, "We cannot stop female genital mutilation because we are Muslims, and it was started by our great-grandfathers. Therefore, we cannot stop practicing it. If you are a female Muslim and you are not circumcised, God will not accept your prayers because you are dirty. Hence, we have circumcised our females. If non-Muslims decide not to circumcise their females, we do not bother about that. But for us Muslims, we have to do it." And so this was a discussion with some older men in the Baku municipality in Ghana about female genital mutilation, and this just shows its ties are so deep-rooted in culture that it's very hard to change the minds of so many people, which only allows the numbers of girls who receive female genital mutilation to increase. So some of the long-term consequences of female genital mutilation are psychological consequences: HIV, death, chronic genital infections, UTIs, pregnancy complications, menstrual complications, and the most likely to happen, infant death. So an elder from the Baku municipality said, "Even though it has been long, my brother's daughter, upon hearing that FGM was being done in Beitou, brought her own razor blade and followed her peers in the night to the place. After undergoing the circumcision, they came back to the house, but 3 days later, my brother's daughter died. My niece met her untimely death because of peer pressure to get circumcised." So this just goes to show that with female genital mutilation, it's a very big cultural thing, and these young women are so pressured to do it that sometimes someone else doesn't even have to do it for them. They'll take it upon themselves to go get it because it's been engraved into their minds that it's a symbol of beauty and perfection, and if you don't get it, no man will want you. And so another man whose daughter actually died from female genital mutilation said, "People think that Islam advocates cutting to ensure that a girl stays virtuous and pure. I tell them that I lost my own daughter to female genital cutting, and that is a practice that must be stopped because of all the problems it causes." So with female genital, it's time for the conversation about female genital mutilation to happen, and it's something that everyone should know about because it's such a horrifying practice that happens all over the world, even in our own country. So another big thing that people tend to bring up is the idea of male circumcision versus female genital mutilation, and whether or not they're the same thing or if one is worse than the other. But according to the CDC, male circumcision can actually lower a male's risk of sexually transmitted diseases, penile cancer, and even urinary tract infections. And so, but female genital mutilation has no health benefits, and it causes death. But for female genital mutilation and for male circumcision to be equivalent, the tip of the male's penis would have to be cut off. So this is very important because girls and women are dying from it, and they're at an increased